Psychedelic music has always had a sense of loneliness to it, and with its roots in hallucinogenic drug use, it's not hard to see why. The psychedelic rock movement began in the 1960s when prolific bands such as the Beatles and the Beach Boys started experimenting with psychoactive drugs and incorporating it into their songwriting process, attempting to imitate the feeling of these drugs in their music. Feelings of disconnection from reality and being transported to other planes or levels of consciousness. Fast forward 50 years and modern psychedelic rock is still touching on these themes of isolation and disconnection. Kevin Parker explored this in Tame Impala's 2012 album Lonerism. Kevin is from Perth in Western Australia, which is one of the most isolated major cities in the world. It makes sense that Perth is producing so much good psychedelic music at the moment. Kevin Parker is quite introverted. He talks about this on the track Solitude is Bliss from Tame Impala's debut album Inner Speaker. The song romanticizes a life of reclusion and isolation, saying that there is a freedom in solitude. At first glance, Lonerism seems to continue down this path. And that makes sense considering it was created in the wake of Inner Speaker's success and the resulting worldwide attention that was directed towards Kevin. The title itself, Lonerism, evokes this image of a hermit and the art of being a loner. But Lonerism actually takes a different perspective on isolation. It's the feeling of being completely alone in a crowd of people. Not solitude, but social disconnection. Kevin establishes the themes before you even press play, and he does this not only through the title, but also through the album's cover art. It's a photo that Kevin took of the Jardin du Luxembourg in Paris, where he spent some time working on the album. You can see people in the gardens relaxing, sunbathing, setting up picnic rugs, just generally enjoying themselves and the company of others. But the photographer is not a part of it. He's separated from everyone, standing behind the iron bars of a fence. And in a way it feels very voyeuristic, like you're a fly on the wall and not part of the crowd of people. Kevin immediately addresses this in the album's opener, Be Above It, in which he sings, "I gotta bide my time as a face in the crowd." From here on in, the lyrics pointedly refer to social isolation and disconnection. The song Elephant is about this man who is so egotistical and arrogant that he alienates himself from everyone else who try to distance themselves from him. This is a self-inflicted isolation, even if unintentional. On the song Why Won't They Talk to Me, Kevin laments a strange dichotomy that introverts experience. Speaking as an introvert, we need a lot of time alone. But even in that solitude that we so crave and need, we can still feel lonely. And even though we may not particularly enjoy all aspects of social interaction, we still need to feel included and be liked by others. I realise that any half-decent concept album will use its lyrics to convey its theme, but what separates Lonerism from other concept albums, in my opinion, is the way that it uses the actual music to make you feel the themes. To explain this, I want to focus on what I think is the most underrated song on the album. Tucked away in between the two biggest hits of the album is the song Keep On Lying. It starts off with a couple of verses, but the lyrics quickly give way to an extended instrumental section, which is really quite common in psychedelic music. As the guitar melodies begin to loop and hypnotize you, and the synths swell to give a sense of euphoria, and the heavy reverb starts to kick in, you can hear the sounds of conversation. You try to listen and hear what they're saying, but you can't quite make out anything. It feels really jovial. There's a lot of laughing and happy yelping, and they're just having fun. And you just want to be there. You want to be a part of it and join in on the conversation, but no matter how hard you try, you just can't hear what they're saying or be a part of what's going on. You feel like you're there, but at the same time, you feel completely disconnected from what's going on. And as the music intensifies and the guitars are distorting and the reverb just keeps on escalating into infinity, the conversation becomes misplaced in the sound and you find yourself lost in the noise. You're just a nameless face in the crowd behind the iron bars. And that's how Kevin Parker wants you to feel. Surrounded but completely alone. Present but disconnected. Social but isolated. And that's why I really love Lonerism as an album. Instead of Kevin Parker just explaining how he feels, he uses the music to make you feel it. And he does this through all aspects of the album, through the cover art and through the lyrics and through the music. Every detail in this album contributes to its themes of isolation and disconnection. It's one of the most fully realized concept albums that I've come across, and definitely one of my favorites of the 21st century. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please let me know. You can do that by liking or commenting, and that way I get to know if you guys want to see more of this sort of video. You can also subscribe too, so that way if/when I do make another video like this, you will be notified about it. I also make album reaction videos on this channel, in which a friend and I just listen to an album for the first time and share our thoughts and initial impressions of it, so if you want to go watch that, you can. Anyway, that's all from me. I hope to see you around. Bye!